Hello, I'm Helen Dowdell, CEO of Mobility Unlimited Technology Worldwide. Welcome to the JSU Collaborative with JROTC and West Point Leads Program.
Good morning, distinguished leaders, ladies and gentlemen, cadets, cadre of the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, Jackson State University, and Jackson Public School scholars and leaders. I am Colonel Brown, the Jackson Public School Director of Army Instruction. I would like to welcome you to our 6th annual West Point Leadership and Ethics and Diversity in STEM Workshop. This event is a collaborative effort of the West Point Society of Mississippi, Jackson Public Schools JROTC, Jackson Public Schools Middle School Powell Middle School, Jackson State University Interdisciplinary Center of Nanoplasticity, the JSU College and Science, Engineering, and Technology, the JSU Army and Air Force Military Science Departments, the West Point Diversity Inclusion and Equal Opportunity Office of West Point, New York, the Stand and Serve Military Advocacy Group, and aviation professionals from across Mississippi and the United States.
We're here today to talk to you about the importance of science, technology, engineering, and math, or STEM. Today you'll have the opportunity to interact with cadets from the United States Military Academy, young men and women who have committed themselves to serving our nation as Army officers. As officers, they'll serve and lead in a variety of career fields in which STEM plays a critical part. But we're also here to talk about something more important, and that's about leadership, and in particular, the importance of ethics and character in leadership. We need the best people who do the right things the right way. But for people to be successful and reach their full potential, they need good leaders. It's about building and earning trust, the foundation for any relationship, but especially for leadership. And the key ingredient for building trust is your character, your integrity, as well as our values. All of those qualities that are the essence of who you are, not only as a leader, but also as a person. Thank you very much. Enjoy the workshop.
Trying to play around with like the different materials right here.
My name is Cadet Williams Xavier. I'm at West Point United States Military Academy, one of the engineering students there as well. My counterpart, Cadet Shin, we're kind of going over what engineering is and how important it is for the just daily operations of life, whether that's in the civilian sector or whether that's in the military.
Right now you're using solid bars. Of course that's going to be a lot more sturdy, but if you want to go to a hollow bar, it's going to drop the price. You just got to be strategic and think, where do you want to put a hollow bar versus a steel bar?
So right now we have some of the ROTC cadets building bridges and using their basic mathematical skills to say, how can that be productive? How can we spend as little amount of money as possible and still have a cool outcome? Just to let them know how important STEM is and engineering is on a daily basis.
At this time, I would like to introduce some of our special guests and partners. Mrs. Lakeisha Marshall Thomas is our Assistant Superintendent for High Schools of Jackson Public Schools. Mrs. Pat Locke from the Seas and Humanity and the West Point Association. Mrs. Helen Michelle Brown Dowdell, CEO of Mobility Unlimited Technology Worldwide. Ms. Lisa Benitez, the Chief Diversity Officer, Office of Diversity, Inclusion, and Equal Opportunity, United States Military Academy, West Point, New York. Mr. Ashby Foote, he's a member of the Jackson City Council, Ward 1, and also a member of the West Point Society of Mississippi. Mr. Reggie Fullwood, the President of West Point Society of Mississippi. Dr. Shonda Allen, Associate Director, Jackson State University Interdisciplinary Center of Nanoplasticity. Lieutenant Colonel retired Dexter Brookins, the Bureau Director of JROTC for the Mississippi Department of Education.
My name is Leon Jones, and I'm with the West Point Society of Mississippi. We support the activities to make sure that the West Point cadets and the Jackson State University get together and put on a good show for the cadets of the Jackson Public School System. This is important because it gives these younger students an opportunity to see something, especially in the areas of STEM. It gives them that opportunity to start early.
Because I think the thing here, we're trying to save money, right?
Yeah. Show me your creativity.
And I would like to say that we have all of our JROTC cadre here today, and that's Colonel Perry from Lanier High School, Lieutenant Colonel Wallace, Wingfield High School, Lieutenant Colonel Leonard, Jim Hill High School, Lieutenant Colonel Parker, Callaway High School. Lieutenant Colonel Prowl, Forest Hill High School. Major Morton, Merle High School. Major McGee, Provine High School. And Chief Terry, Powell Middle School. And the DAI staff and all of our outstanding scholars from West Point cadets and our JROTC cadets. Let's give everybody a good hooah. Hooah.
Situations or circumstances that you may go through. It's just how you process the information and how you go about giving an answer or how you may react overall.
Hi, I'm Reagan Greer from West Point, and today we are discussing ethical decision making and how to be a leader among leaders and among your peers.
I think sometimes we just assume the worst. When you know that person, it's easier to understand why they're doing what they're doing. So then you tend to kind of be more favorable.
And how to make the good ethical decisions that will help you to excel in whatever and wherever you go in your life.
Today's program is designed for students to experience and tolerate a variety of experiences, civil discourse, and team building across those differences. It exposes students to concepts of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, hoping to inspire them toward the STEM careers. This program is intended to help sustain the moral, ethical foundations necessary to increase the number of STEM leaders who will lead our global organizations.
What's the mission of the bridge?
It'll tell you how to fix it. What's the damage?
Yeah, I tested my first one. It didn't fall.
My name is Adam Backray, Cadet Adam Backray. Just today we're talking about leadership ethics. Right now we're currently just explaining the different sort of ethical dilemmas we've been through and just sort of how we can learn from that and how it applies in the next level as a leader.
They trying to see if they can trust you, and if you do stuff like that, they're not gonna trust you. So the more you just do right, tell them the truth, and trust you, the more freedom you will actually have, honestly, other than, not being an ethical person and, lying about it and not telling the truth. The more you trust them, they'll trust you.
The workshop objective is to help students understand the link between ethics and STEM competence. We have approximately 100 Jackson Public Schools high school JROTC students, along with 30 cadets from the Powell Middle School Junior Cadet Corps.
This person is my best friend. I don't want to say anything that will offend them, but at the same time, they are doing the wrong thing. That's a very hard place to be at, And that's a situation that y'all can write about. If y'all have ever experienced that, write about that in your Right for Life essay.
Hi, I'm Cadet Kelsey Edie, and today's breakout work session is about moral and ethics and how we use that at the United States Military Academy. This is the Cadet Honor Code is literally the first thing that you learn. Yeah, you're out in the field. You don't really have those opportunities to, lie, cheat, and steal, but that is that time that you're really just stewing on those concepts and honestly getting to know exactly who you are as a person and then where your character needs to adjust in order to fit in.
We get introduced to these things from our 9th grade year. Everybody in our school, they don't really go by specific codes like that because it's not taught to them. It's not introduced in classrooms, and that's what it needs to be introduced in, classrooms.
You have chosen a path traveled only by a few, a path that is challenging, a path that is demanding, and a path that is rewarding. You will learn how to think, and you will learn how to fight. More importantly, you will learn how to be a leader of tremendous integrity and character. You'll know what it means to lead honorably, to live honorably, and to continually pursue and demonstrate excellence. To lead, to fight, and to win.
As you know, First Lieutenant Brandon Cromwell, I'm the Southwest Diversity Outreach Officer. So initially my job is to go to 10 different states. I speak to students that either have applications open, and I instruct them on what they're supposed to do to, create and create the possibility of coming to West Point and make it more likely, as well as going to schools and informing kids that don't necessarily know about West Point. I feel like the opportunity to come to West Point is something that a lot of kids don't know about, especially, young black kids. It's an opportunity to change your life. Obviously, it's not the only, path that you can take, but if it's one that you have the opportunity to go to, I will always encourage it. The biggest thing for y'all is take this very seriously. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you're going to West Point or not, if you're doing ROTC, if you're just going on an academic scholarship, or if you're trying to go to a skills school, it doesn't matter. When you graduate, real life is gonna hit you very fast. So this is the time for you to figure out what type of leader you are, you know, your 5-year plan, what you want to do in the future when it comes to, you know, graduation. But just understand, when you leave, when you graduate, it's game on. All right, so focus in, listen to everybody around you, reach out for mentorship. If you see somebody that you like as a leader, that you see as doing something that you want to do in the future, don't be afraid to reach out, okay? You're not bothering anybody, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
I'm Dennis Rowe, West Point class of 1973. Everybody wants to get their best scores on the ACT. And we're going to give a brief overview of the 3 winning strategies for getting your best scores. And I'm going to pass on a technique that will help you to get many ACT math questions correct.
So I'm Cadet Jada Lester, first year at the West Point Academy, and right now we're doing a discussion on ethical behavior within your units, or just within your everyday lives. How are you going to approach someone in a problematic situation or an ethical situation? That's what kills in leadership. When you're in leadership positions, think about how you're going to talk to those people and know your people, so you can have an ethical climate, a good ethical climate. Can we build moral courage?
Instead of getting yelled at, what my sergeant just do, he just tells us he should have turned this way or this way. He lets us know that we didn't do it right, but at the same time, he doesn't yell at us about it. He's just like, hey, maybe next time you could make it a little bit sharper, cleaner.
I want to thank everyone who has given so much time and effort to work so hard to ensure that we have a successful event today. Clearly, this event would not be possible were it not for the support of our partners from West Point Office of Diversity and Inclusion, the West Point Society of Mississippi, and the I Love Jackson State University, and the Stand and Service Military Advocacy Group. Please join me in showing our appreciation in a tremendous outpouring of support and encouragement for all of those individuals.